Hey everybody, Carl Schneider coming at you with another All Memphis lesson. You know the drill. The first thing you need to do is grab a piece of paper, something to write with, and a hard surface that you can write on. I'll give you about 15 seconds to grab those things. All right, awesome. So today we're going to talk about the letters AW. But the first thing we're going to do, as always, is oral expression. Today's prompt is about how things feel when you touch them. A blank feels blank. So I'm thinking a blanket feels soft. A porcupine feels spiky. Now I want you to take a moment and think, what is one thing that you can touch and how does it feel? All right, go ahead and make sure you answer in a complete sentence. Great. Hopefully you were able to share with an adult or friend in your home, but if not, you can share with the television screen. You might have said a frog feels slimy or sandpaper feels rough. There are all kinds of answers that would work. Wonderful. Now we're going to move into our card deck. I'm going to touch my throat and say a sound, and then it'll be your turn. Your turn. Very good. Your turn. Very good. We have two sounds for TH. Suffix ing means happening right now. Your turn. Happening right now. Very good. Ink at the end of a word. Your turn. Ink at the end of a word. Your turn. Onk at the end of a word. Your turn. Unk at the end of a word. Your turn. Ang at the end of a word. Your turn. Ing at the end of a word. Your turn. Ong at the end of a word. Your turn. Ung at the end of a word. Your turn. Suffix S means more than one. What does it mean? That's right, more than one. First sound, E. What's the sound? That's right, E. Second sound is eh, in the beginning or middle of words. What does it say? That's right, and where does it say it? At the beginning or middle of words. Very good. Ow, in the beginning or middle of words. Your turn. First sound is O at the end of words. What sound? Very good. Can be followed by an L or N. What can it be followed by? That's right, an L or N. The second sound is ow. What's the second sound? That's right, ow. At the end of words or when followed by an L or N. Where is it? Followed by an L or N at the end of words. Very good. Suffix ly means like or how. What does it mean? Very good. At the beginning of words. What does it say? Very good. And what letter is silent? That's right, the K is silent. What's the sound? Good. K, at the end of short words after a short vowel. Your turn. K, short words after a short vowel. J, at the end of a short word after a short vowel. Your turn. J, at the end of a short word after a short vowel. Ch, at the end of a short word after a short vowel. Your turn. Ch, at the end of a short word after a short vowel. Suffix ed means happened in the past. What does it mean? Very good. Happened in the past. We have 3 sounds for the suffix ed. The first one is t. What's the first one? That's right. If the base word ends in an unvoiced letter, when does ed say t? If the base word ends in an unvoiced letter. Great. The second sound is d. What's the second sound? That's right. D. If the base word ends in a voiced letter. When does it say it? If the base word ends in a voiced letter. The third sound is id. What's the third sound? That's right. Id. After a base word ending in D or T. Where is it? After a base word ending in D or T. Very good. A, what's the sound? Very good. The E at the end makes the vowel say its name. The E at the end makes the vowel say its name. What's this? I. What's the sound? That's right. I, because the E at the end makes the vowel say its name. 2 sounds for this card. First sound, U. What's the sound? That's right, U, because the E at the end makes the vowel say its name. Second sound, ooh. What's the second sound? That's right, ooh, because the letter U is a rude word and it has 2 sounds with the magic E. Very good. O, what's the sound? That's right, O, because the E at the end makes the vowel say its name. E, what's the sound? That's right, E, because the E at the end makes the vowel say its name. Suffix ER means more or greater. What does it mean? That's right, more or greater. Suffix EST means most. What does it mean? That's right, most. All at the end of short words. Your turn. End of short words. Good. Oi in the beginning or middle of words. Your turn. Beginning or middle of words. Very good. Oi. What sound? Very good. Oi at the end of words. Where do we find it? Very good. At the end of words. R. What's the sound? That's right. R. Second sound is What's the second sound? That's right. At the end of longer words after L, like in the word dollar. E. What's the sound? That's right. E in the middle of words. Or. What's the sound? That's right. Or. What's the sound? That's right. At the end of longer words after S or T. Where? At the end of longer words after S or T. Very good, like the word professor or doctor. A, what's the sound? That's right. A in the middle of words. A, what's the sound? That's right. A at the end of words. What's the sound? Very good, This is the most common of the spelling I, what's the sound? That's right, I, usually followed by a T. What's it usually followed by? That's right, a T. O, what's the sound? That's right, O in the middle of words. Where is it? In the middle of words, very good. We have 3 sounds for this card. The first one is Y. What's the sound? Good, Y. The second sound is I. What's the second sound? That's right, I at the end of short words. Where do we find it? At the end of short words. Very good. The third sound is E. What's the third sound? That's right, E at the end of longer words like baby. Where do we find it? At the end of longer words like baby. First sound, ooh. What's the sound? That's right, ooh in the middle of words. Second sound is What's the second sound? That's right, In the middle of words. Where do we find it? In the middle of words. Very good. This is a really important card today. This says, ah. What does it say? That's right. Ah, in the beginning or middle of words. Where does it say it? At the beginning or middle of words. Awesome job on card deck, everybody. All right, so sight words are words that we know when we see, but we can't sound them out. What are sight words? Words that we know when we see, but we can't sound them out. This is the word ahead. What's the word? That's right, ahead. Ahead is spelled A-H-E-A-D. Ahead. Your turn. A-H-E-A-D. Ahead. Very good. Now we're actually going to trace this word in the air while we say the letters 3 times. A-H-E-A-D. Ahead. A-H-E-A-D. Ahead. A-H-E-A-D. Ahead. Awesome job. Now I want you to cover your eyes. All right, what was our word? That's right, ahead. And how do we spell it? Very good. A-H-E-A-D, ahead. Remember, no peeking. Awesome job. Now we're going to do our review words to read. Right. The first thing we're going to do is go ahead and write down all of these words. So go ahead and write this word down. Awesome. All right, great. Let's write this word down. All right, awesome. And the next one. Great, let's write this word. Great, let's write this word down. Great work. Let's go ahead and write down this word. Awesome, and this word. All right, great, and this word. Awesome, let's write down this word. All right, great, and this word. All right, and finally, our last word. Okay, great. I'm going to give you another 5 seconds to make sure that you have all of these words written down. All right, great. Now we're going to annotate these words. The first thing that we look for when we annotate are suffixes and prefixes. Does anybody see a suffix in any of these words? Very good. I see one too. Is it here? No, this word doesn't have a suffix. Is it here? No. Where is it? Very good. I see suffix ed right here. So we want to bracket between the base word and the suffix to help us read it a little bit easier. Wonderful. The next thing that we're going to do is underline our vowels and vowel teams. All of these words feature a very important sound today. AU says aw. What does AU say? That's right, aw at the beginning or middle of words. When does it say aw? Very good, at the beginning or the middle of words. So we're going to go ahead and underline our vowel teams in all of these words. All right, great. Make sure you've underlined all those vowel teams. The next thing that we look for in our annotations is our digraphs and trigraphs. Digraphs are when two letters come together to make one sound. So where do we see any digraphs or trigraphs in these words? I see one here. Do you all see any other digraphs? Me neither. Awesome. All right, the next thing we're going to do is box our blends. A blend is when two or three letters come together and you can hear them all, but they're smushed right next to each other. Great. The first word we're going to do, the first blend I see is the blend FR. Go ahead and box it on your paper. Great. Any other blends in this first row? That's right. LT is a blend as well. We can have blends at the beginning of words or the end of words. What about here? Any blends? NT is a blend right here. I see NT right here. All right, what about this bottom row? Great, another NT. I see an LT. Ooh, and in this word, we have a blend at the beginning of the word FL and a blend at the end of the word with NT. Awesome. We found all of our blends. Now I want you to go ahead and read these words. Read me the words in the first row. Great. You should have read fraud, fault, launch. What are the words? Awesome job. Fraud, fault, launch. Now go ahead and read the second row. Make sure you use those annotations to help you. Great. You should have read haunted, sauce, gaunt. Your turn. Awesome job. Now I want you to read the bottom row. Great. You should have read taunt, vault, flaunt. Awesome. I'm going to read all 9 words and then it'll be your turn. Fraud, fault, launch, haunted, sauce, gaunt, taunt, vault, flaunt. Your turn. All right, you did some awesome reading. Now I'm going to ask you some questions about these words. In the first row, read me this word. A, O, T. What's the word? That's right, fault. In the second row, read me the word that rhymes with taunted. What's the word? That's right, haunted. In the third row, read me the words that are verbs. That means something you can do. Good. Taunt is one of them. And what's the other? That's right. Flaunt. Taunt means to tease somebody, and flaunt means to show off. Great. In the first row, read me the word that means to set into motion or to start something. That's right. Launch means to set into motion or to start something. Great job. Awesome reading. All right, great. Now it's time for our auditory drills. This is where I give a sound and you write down the letter or group of letters that makes that sound. The first letters I want you to write is What's the sound? That's right, Go ahead and write it now. Great. The next sound I want you to write is eh. What's the sound? That's right, eh. Go ahead and write it now. Awesome. The next sound I want you to write is the sound ah. What sound? That's right, ah. Great. The next sound I want you to write is the sound as in first. What sound? That's right, as in first. Awesome. The next sound I want you to write is the sound the growly sound Go ahead. What sound? That's right, Go ahead and write it on your paper now. All right, great. Next, I want you to write the sound that says E as in eat. What sound? That's right, as in eat. Go ahead and write it on your paper now. Awesome. The next sound I want you to write is the sound that says ah at the beginning or middle of words like auto. What sound? That's right, ah at the beginning or middle of words. Write that sound now. Great. The next sound I want you to write is the sound S as in scent, as in scent. Don't get tricked. What says S as in scent? Go ahead and write it now. All right, great. The last sound I want you to write is the sound that says th, as in thumb. What sound? That's right, th, as in thumb. Go ahead and write that on your paper now. All right, great. So your paper should look exactly like mine. You should have written U up E egg A apple I are first, R rat E eat, auto, C scent, remember the soft C rule, and TH thumb. Awesome. I'm going to give you 10 seconds to make sure your paper looks exactly like mine. All right, great. All right, now it's time to spell some words. The first word we're going to spell is the word girl. What's the word? That's right, girl. Let's finger segment it together. G-er-l. Go ahead and write that on your paper now. All right, awesome. So you should have written g-er-l. Very good. The next word we're going to spell is the word dress. What's the word? That's right, dress. Let's go ahead and sound it out together now. D-er-e-s. Go ahead and write down the letters for dress on your paper now. Awesome. So you should have written D-er-e-s. Awesome. Who can tell me why this word has two S's and not just one? Very good, because of the floss rule. The floss rule says that in a short word with a short vowel sound, we have to double the letters F, L, or S at the end of a word. Awesome job, way to remember. Okay, great. The next word we're going to spell is the word taunt. What's the word? That's right, taunt. Let's finger segment it together. Awesome. So you should have said taunt. Go ahead and write it on your paper now. Great. So you should have written taunt. Very good. All right, great. The next word we're going to spell is the word gaunt. What's the word? That's right, gaunt. Let's finger segment it together. G-a-n-t. Your turn. Great. Go ahead and write it on your paper now. All right, great. So you should have written g-a-n-t, gaunt. Very good. Make sure your paper looks like mine. All right, the last word we're going to write is the word flaunt. What's the word? That's right, flaunt. Let's finger segment it together. F-l-a-n-t. Wow, 5 sounds. Go ahead and write down this word on your paper now. F-l-a-n-t. Great. Awesome. So you should have written flaunt. Flaunt. Way to go. All right. Make sure that your paper looks like mine. And now we're going to practice reading all of these words. You go first. Awesome. So you should have read girl, dress, taunt, gaunt, and flaunt. Awesome job. Earlier, we talked about how AU says aw at the beginning or middle of words. Now we're going to learn another way to spell the sound aw. These are the letters AW. What are the letters? That's right, AW. The key word for these letters is saw. What's the key word? That's right, saw. AW says ah. What does it say? That's right, ah. AW says ah. What does it say? That's right, ah. AW says ah at the end of words. Where? That's right, at the end of words. And it can be followed by an L or an N. Which two letters can it be followed by? That's right, L and N. So now you're going to write this on your paper while we say our new letter chant. So, AW, saw, ah at the end of words can be followed by an L or N. AW, saw, ah at the end of words can be followed by an L or N. Let's do it together one more time. AW, saw, ah at the end of words can be followed by an L or N. Awesome job. So what is AW's keyword? That's right, saw. And what does AW say? That's right, ah. And where do we find it? At the very good end of words. And what letters can it be followed by? Very good, L or N. Awesome. Now we're going to practice reading some words with this new letter pair in them. Great. So the first thing I want you to do is go ahead and write these words down on the piece of paper in front of you. So go ahead and write this word. Go ahead and write this word. Awesome. Why don't you go ahead and also write this word. All right, great. Why don't you write this word? Very good. Write this word. Great. Let's write this word. Awesome. Time for this word. And last but not least, we have this word. I'll give you 10 more seconds to go ahead and write the rest of these words. All right, great. Now, since we are focused on this new sound that we learned, I want us to underline or highlight AW in all of these words. And we just learned that AW says ah at the end of words. So hopefully we're going to see this at the end of words, but it can be followed by two letters, L and N. Which two letters? Very good, L or N. Here's AW. Go ahead and underline or highlight this on your paper. Here's AW. Great. See AW right here. Awesome. Now I see it here. Great. Found it again right here. Here it is, followed by which letter? That's right, L. And here it is. And what letter is it followed by in this word? N. So we see that AW says ah at the end of all these words, but we do see an example of the L being followed by an L and being followed by an N. Now I want you to read the top row of these words. Go. Awesome. You should have read saw, jaw, claw, draw. Is that what you read? Awesome. Now go ahead and read the bottom row. Great. You should have read flaw, straw, crawl, yawn. Awesome. Now I want you to read the top row as fast as you can. Awesome job. You should have read saw, jaw, claw, draw. Now read the bottom row. Your turn. Great. You should have read flaw, straw, crawl, yawn. Awesome. Now we're going to spell some words with this new feature that we learned. Great. All right, now we're going to spell 3 words with our new feature in them. The first word is paw. What's the word? That's right, paw. Let's finger segment the word paw now. Ah, awesome. Go ahead and write the word paw on your paper. Great, you should have written paw. Way to go. The next word we're going to spell is the word thaw. What's the word? That's right, thaw. Let's finger segment it together. Go ahead and write it on your paper now. Great, you should have written thaw. The last word we're going to spell together is the word raw. What's the word? That's right, raw. Let's finger segment it together. Ah. Great, go ahead and write it on your paper now. You should have written raw. Very good. Great. Now we're going to talk about our learned words. This is the word pretty. What's the word? That's right, pretty. This is the word pretty. What's the word? That's right, pretty. Pretty is unfair because usually E says eh, we have 2 T's, and we have our Y saying E, which is one of the sounds it makes, but this word doesn't follow our normal rules, so we're gonna just memorize it. The word pretty is spelled P-R-E-T-T-Y, pretty. How do we spell it? That's right, P-R-E-T-T-Y, pretty. Let's go ahead and write it down 3 times on our paper right now. P-R-E-T-T-Y, pretty. P-R-E-T-T-Y, pretty. P-R-E-T-T-Y, pretty. Awesome. Let's cover our eyes. All right, what's the word? That's right, pretty. And how do you spell it? P-R-E-T-T-Y, pretty. Awesome job. Let's review another word. All right, our next sight word is the word always. What's the word? That's right, always. Always is spelled A-L-W-A-Y-S. How is it spelled? A-L-W-A-Y-S. Awesome job. This word is unfair because A says and here it says ah, and A-Y is usually at the end of words, but here it's followed by an S. So we're going to go ahead and write the word always 3 times while saying the letters out loud. Let's begin. A-L-W-A-Y-S, always. Let's do it again. A-L-W-A-Y-S, always. Awesome. Let's do it one more time. This time you say it and I'll just write the letters. Awesome. So cover your eyes. What's the word? That's right, always. And how do we spell it? That's right, A-L-W-A-Y-S, always. Awesome job. All right, now it's time for our dictation sentences. This is where Mr. Schneider gives you a sentence and you write it on your paper. I want you to remember our cups: capitalization, understanding, punctuation, and spelling. The first sentence we're going to write is, I can draw a pretty sunset. What's the sentence? That's right. I can draw a pretty sunset. The first phrase we're going to write is, I can draw. What's the phrase? That's right. Go ahead and write it now. Great. Our second phrase is, a pretty sunset. What is it? Very good. A pretty sunset. Go ahead and complete the sentence on your paper now. Don't forget, we spelled the word pretty right above this. Alrighty, awesome. So you should have written, I can draw a pretty sunset. Make sure your paper looks like mine. Notice that it begins with a capital letter and ends with a period. Awesome job. Alrighty, the next sentence we're gonna write is, always thaw the raw meat first. What's the sentence? That's right. Always thaw the raw meat first. Go ahead and write the first phrase, which is always thaw. What's the phrase? That's right. Always thaw. Go ahead and write that on your paper now. Great. You should have written always thaw. Now we're going to write the second phrase, the raw meat first. What's the phrase? That's right, the raw meat first. Go ahead and write it on your paper now. All right, great. So you should have written, always thaw the raw meat first. Am I done? No? Why not? What does every sentence need to begin with? That's exactly right. It has to begin with a capital letter. So the first thing we need to do is fix that. Who can tell me what else this sentence needs? Awesome job. It also needs a period. So now your sentences should look exactly like this. All right, go ahead and read me that first sentence again. Very good. You should have read, I can draw a pretty sunset. Now read me sentence 2. Great, you should have written always thaw the raw meat first. Great, now I'm going to ask you some questions. In sentence 1, read me the word that rhymes with paw. Very good. Draw rhymes with paw. All right, in sentence 2, read me this word. Aw. What's the word? That's right, thaw. Great. In sentence 1, read me the word that means the same as beautiful. What word is a synonym for beautiful? Very good. Pretty is a synonym for beautiful. And the last question, in sentence 2, read me the nouns. The nouns. What's a noun? Very good. A person, place, or thing. Meat is a thing, so meat is our noun. High five. Awesome job. All right. The last thing we're going to do in today's lesson is oral reading. What are we going to do? That's right, oral reading. So the first thing I want us to do is look for all of our words that have our AW sound in them. I see this one in sentence 1. All right, I'm going to have you go ahead and read sentence 1 out loud, but first I'm going to give you this one word because it could be a little tricky. This word right here is after. What's the word? That's right, after. Go ahead and read sentence 1 now. Awesome. So you should have written, the snow will thaw after the sun is up. Excellent job. Now we're going to read sentence 2. Sentence 2. Let's start by finding any words that have that AW in them. Great, and you should be able to read all these words, so go ahead and do so now. Awesome. You should have read, my jaw dropped when I saw the light. My jaw dropped when I saw the light. Awesome. Let's read sentence 3. We're going to start by finding our AW. You should be able to read all these words, so go ahead and do so now. Excellent. You should have read, take the straw and sip the sauce slowly. Awesome. Great. Let's take a look at our next sentence. I see our AW here, and you should be able to read the rest of these words, so go ahead and do so now. Alrighty, you should have read, do not mix the raw meat with the greens. Great. And our final sentence, let's go ahead and find our AW. I see one right here. I do see one word that we might need a little bit of help with. This is the word window. What's the word? That's right, window. Go ahead and read this whole sentence now. Great. You should have read, "A cat claw cut the window screen at night." Great. I'm going to read all 5 of these sentences now really fluently, and then it'll be your turn to read all 5, and then we'll be done for the day. Sound good? Alrighty. Sentence 1. The snow will thaw after the sun is up. Sentence 2. My jaw dropped when I saw the light. Sentence 3. Take the straw and sip the sauce slowly. Sentence 4. Do not mix the raw meat with the greens. And sentence 5. A cat claw cut the window screen at night. Go ahead and read all 5. All right, everybody. Thanks for tuning in to today's lesson, and we'll see you back here tomorrow. Thanks for your hard work.